North Battleford, Saskatchewan has produced a lot of great people over the years, especially hockey players. And today we're going to be talking about probably the player in NHL and WHA history who had one of the most interesting names. No, it's not Randy Maneri. No, it's not Sheldon Cannageezer. Not Whitey Whiting. But Philip Skip Krake. Skip Krake was born October 14, 1943, again in North Battleford. 5'10" center. Got his big start with the prestigious Estevan Bruins, which were an affiliate of the Boston Bruins back in the day. Now, in 1964 campaign, he got his first call up to Boston for 2 games, but he was sent back to the minors for 2 seasons for seasoning. He played with Minneapolis Bruins of the CPHL in 65, then the Oklahoma City Blazers in 1966, where he had 61 points in 70 games. 66, he also played 2 more games with Boston. 67, he eventually was sent back to the Blazers, but made the Bruins yet again. He had 6 goals and 8 points in 15 games, which showed there might be promise here. His first full season in NHL was 68, where he was mostly a defensive forward with 12 points in 68 games, and also played in 4 playoff games. 69, he found his way to the LA Kings. He started the year in Springfield, but got finally called up to LA, where he put up 12 points in 30 games. 1970, he played with the Kings for the full season. He got 22 points in 58 games. Now, the defensive style he patterned himself after brought much to Buffalo in 71. He had 9 points in 74 games, but only a minus 21 on a very tough first season for Buffalo from a goal perspective. Now, he was sent back to the minors for most of 72, where he had 15 goals in 53 games for Salt Lake of the WHL. Now, when the Cleveland Crusaders came calling in their first season, he had 19 points in the first year with Cleveland, including 9 goals. And finally, the promise of much production came forward in 74 season. He had a career year with 56 points in 69 games. 75, he added 15 more in 71 games for Cleveland. And 76, his last campaign, he found himself with Edmonton, 16 points in 41 games. Now, a grand total of 207 games in the WHA, 129 points, including 52 goals. NHL, 23 goals in 249 games, including 63 points. Playoffs in the WHA, 6 points in 19 games, and 1 goal in 10 NHL playoff games. His first NHL playoff goal came with LA in 69. So a good defensive forward, but Saskatchewan players don't have to be told where the net is. But this gentleman, I think, if I'm not mistaken, may have been a little bit too early for the Bruins. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have to remember that the Bruins had about 10 youth prospects in their system in the late 60s. They kept 7 and traded 3 or 4. And Krake was one of them, one of the expansion teams took him. So, but ladies and gentlemen, you look at the history of Cleveland Crusaders. He was a big part of that. And, a very genial guy from what I heard. So, all congratulations to him. So that's the legend of Phil Krake. Thanks for listening. Bye.